Hello. Hello, quilters and chatters. I made it, believe it or not. Hello. I'm back home. It is good to be here. It is so good to be back home. Anybody there? Let's see who the first person will be today. So good to see you. Got all of my pink flamingos back home. So that is a good thing. Susan Smith, you made it first. Very good. Hi, everybody. I'm back home. I'm not sure I'm awake, but I'm here. Hi, Nikki. Nikki, I'm sure you told your dear mama Happy Mother's Day, because she's an awful good mama. So, and hey, Rick, wherever you are. Hey, sweetie. So how are all of y'all? Oh, actually, looks like 5 or 6 people are on. Just not everybody's chatting yet. Let me see if I can raise my chair up. I feel like I'm sitting on the ground. Nikki, I loved your picture. You look so much like your mama. That is so sweet. Oh, well, I can't figure out how to get my chair up, so I just have to sit tall. So, oh, look who's here. Busy Pat is here. Bonnie's here. It didn't let you post earlier. It was acting wonky when Mark hooked it up. Hello, and happy Mother's Day. And I'm sure even if you don't have your own children, you've mothered somebody. So everybody, happy Mother's Day. Hello, Diane 57, and Akko's here. Hello, Akko, hun. So, boy, oh boy, I have been a busy girl, a very busy girl. And Mark and I pulled up a few minutes after 1 o'clock. We left my son's house in Maryland at 6:10 this morning. 6:10. Normally, Deb turns over at 6:10 to sleep 3 more hours because I'm a night bug. And oh my God, I know I didn't fall asleep till 1:30. And I realized Mark was awake and just sitting there quietly waiting for me to wake up so we could leave. So I thought, I had told him I'll get up at 6:15 and leave by 6:30. I realized he was awake. He's like, let's go ahead and go. So Linda Martin is here. Is she here? That's great. So there she is. Happy Mother's Day. So what a couple of days. We left here Friday evening about 5:45, and we drove that night until 10:30. We got as far as Woodstock, Virginia. We stopped for the night at a Comfort Inn, really nice Comfort Inn. I was real pleased. And they gave us the senior rate, even though I couldn't find my AARP card. I could tell her who was on the cover of the most recent AARP magazine. So I don't know how I'd do it either, Susan. We'll see. I might have to get some toothpicks. But so we stopped and got in the room, and I finally fell asleep. Probably 1:30. And then the next morning we were dragging. We had talked about leaving the hotel between 8 and 9. It was closer to 11 by the time I could get moving and get out of there. So, because you remember, I only got home the night before at 7. So anyway, we drove from Virginia into Maryland. No, yeah, into Maryland, into West Virginia, back into Maryland, something like this, and then Pennsylvania. So I get to Lancaster, and I went there, ladies. I made it. Yay! I made it. I started to hold it up to my laptop. That's just where I type. So I made it to Lancaster. And I even have this pen. Whoops. Here. Got to make sure I'm holding it up right. So I said, Mark, can I buy that pen? Because normally it's like spending $7 on a pen. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is take my wristband they gave you when you paid your ticket. I'm going to take my booklet. I'm going to take this pen, and I'm going to make myself a little shadow box to remember having my quilt and the show. It was exciting. In fact, when we went in to buy the tickets, I'm like this little kid. I said, my quilt's in the show. And to the woman who was checking us in. And she goes, oh, that's good. And which one is it? And I said, it's the rooster with the real feathers. I know exactly which one that is. It's right over here. So put real feathers on a quilt. People remember you. So we checked in, and I made a video of every quilt. I hope I got all of them. The building is undergoing renovations, so it made it a little confusing trying to figure out where to go for what. But I was so scared. This is just between you and I, okay? Katie's on here. Oh my God, she surprised me. Oh, Katie, hi, sweetie. Mark just got home with the dogs. He got the dogs from the boarding kennel. And he said, Katie called me. She couldn't reach you because my cell phone's dead. Oh, Katie, that is the sweetest Mother's Day. Thank you, beautiful girl. Thank you. Aw. Oh, thanks, Susan. And let me see. Oh, and Lisa is here. Lisa, we have missed you. What did Linda say that was funny? I love stuff. Oh, you realize it's the wrong day. That is cute. Oh, I did see an elephant. It was gray, and then it had red and all the colors. It won a Best Use of Color award ribbon. Beautiful. And then I saw the one that was the grand, Best in Show that had won in 2010, too, because it was a throwback Thursday. So, Katie, thank you, sweetheart. Katie is such a sweetheart. And you know what? Happy Mother's Day to you, Katie. She is doing a splendid job with 2 of my grandkids. So, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So anyway, so I went through all those different states. I said, welcome to the East Coast. People on the West Coast have no idea that, we can drive through 4 and 5 states in, a couple hours. So, oh, Lisa, that's sweet. You do remember me being at Katie's house. That was great. And, that's wonderful. And so we went in the show, and I didn't run to see my quilt. I already knew it didn't win a prize. So I just walked through the show. And what I was going to tell you, just between us, I thought, I was so happy the quilt made it in the show. I thought, what if it looks silly compared to the competition? What if it's just not up to par? I'm happy. Mark said, oh, Deb, you deserve to be here. I was like, you think? He said, yes, hon, you did. I was so happy. But then he took me around. He showed me the things he liked and the things that he thought I could do better on. Because I told him that sometimes I don't know when to pull back on thread painting. I get overdone on the thread painting. And so he said, you see how I really like that? And it's so sweet, which really made me happy, because to have a partner who really pays attention and knows what's going on instead of just going, oh, fine, oh, fine. So I'm really thrilled. This time I got it right. Katie not only has good kids, she's got a great husband. I love my David. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Lisa's telling you that Devin does have a beautiful mouth. He's a handsome boy. Oh, thank you, Bonnie. You know how there's a little bit inside you that says, well, I thought it was kind of cool, but maybe it's just because I don't know. I only went to my first quilt show a year or two ago. I mean, I haven't been a big quilt show attendee, so I'm excited. I'm very excited. So, oh, okay, huh? I'm hoping I got to see everything. It was confusing and a little overwhelming. Oh, Katie, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. But we saw some gorgeous quilts, beautiful quilts. Bonnie, I saw a Baltimore album. I said, Bonnie would absolutely love this. Absolutely love this. Mark was real impressed with the whole cloth quilt that was there. There were some animal quilts that were amazing. And it was just beautiful all around. I didn't really get to go to the vendors. I saw the Mr. YLI Thread, Jim from YLI Threads, and introduced him to Mark. I want to take Mark said he'd like to go too, to his thread factory, because he has antique machines that make thread, make rope, make braid, and wind thread. It's really a neat thing. So I took a video of every quilt there that I saw. It's going to be a lot of editing. I did a lot of video, and I have a surprise for y'all. We took videos of my grandson, and I asked him if I could put a video of him in the video that I'm making for y'all. And they said, sure. So hopefully you'll actually get to see him moving, not just a still photo. Mark said, oh gosh, I hope I pushed, record, but I think he did. So who else is there? Somebody else? I don't want to miss anybody here. Thank goodness Susan's here to keep me straight. And can we all give a applause to Susan Smith and Rick for doing so beautifully with his physical, and we are so tickled, and so hopefully they'll figure out it's something very treatable, and he'll be great. So yes, when I walked in, they were at her mother's house, and another woman, what do they call their auntie, she was holding the baby, and I went straight over to her and said, can I have him, please? Kind of half ripped him out of her arms. All I could think of is I want to hold that little boy. I want to hold that little boy, and I grabbed him. So, also, can I ask you something, please? Today is Sonia's first Mother's Day without her daughter. So just think a little sweet thought oh, there's Sonia. Honey, we're thinking about you, and I'm not going to go on too much because I don't want to make you too sad, but I know you were a good mother and are a good mother, and we love you to have you in this group. And I love having somebody I can challenge to do the Jinny Beyers. So anyway, yeah, we love our Sonia. We love all of you, but Sonia is a brave, beautiful woman. So anyway, just to show you something. Oh, Nadine is here. Do we love Nadine? Nadine, I want you to listen to me. You make me smile every time I see your post. You are such a joy to us. Such a joy. There's an Akko. Oh my gosh, do we have the best group ever? And aren't we so happy to have Susan back to keep me straight? Susan and Diane 57, I couldn't do it without them. I just want to show you real quick. I finished putting the buttons on this little bag, and I think the brown buttons look gorgeous with that dark teal. And then I put the green on this one. And I know about 11 people made them from the kits I had, and somebody else made 2 from their own fabric, so they went over really well. And, there's one thing to tell you. In this one, I tacked the inside little flaps to the side, but I left them open so you could take and put an ink pen in there or a little pair of scissors. Well, one thing I saw one of the ladies do that I thought was really interesting is she took the little thing and she flattened it like this, put a little tack here and a little tack there. So it'll stay open. It can still be used for pens or scissors, but it lays flat against the side and out of the way. Smart, huh? In fact, that was Joanne. You remember Joanne from the video. So that's what I'm going to do to this one. So I got those made. They were a hit. Now let me see what y'all said real quick. Oh, Sonia, I'm so glad you're here. Busy Pat, how you doing, hon? Was it a year ago? Has it been a year yet since the wedding? Boy, we're busy. Oh, that's right. Akko is a math genius. She is. She can figure out anything. I haven't been able to write very much because I've been so busy, but I've tried to follow little bits here and there. So, thank you, Nikki. Oh, thank you. I'll tell you what, Nikki, the next time I send your mom something, how about if I send you that box? Would you like that one, sweetheart? Because I'm so tickled you're feeling better. You had such bad bronchitis. So if you'd like this one, next time I send your mom a package, I'll put this in it. That way, if you like bright colors, you got it. The green buttons really are something. So, okay, now, then I come home and Mark gets something out. Oh, she's very welcome. Look at this. Miss Bonnie, before I left, Miss Bonnie sent a package, and it's got some things that we'll do for prizes. And then I come home, and this is in the mailbox. So, but anyway, so we went to the show, and we got there at 3, I'm trying to think, 2, little after 2, we got there. And we walked around for a couple of hours, and we were both beat. We were walking zombies. We hadn't eaten anything because, I hope none of you live in Pennsylvania. Thank you. Thank you. She's a sweetheart. The roads in Pennsylvania are horrible. Horrible. I hope none of you live in Pennsylvania. I apologize if you do, but I mostly apologize because you got bad roads. I tell you, there were times we thought we'd lose half the car in some of these potholes. There were roads where they had ground down the surface to repave it, but they had been ground down for looked like at least 6 months. I mean, are you kidding me? They were new oil stained and all that. So who knows what they're going to have to do before they pave it? So, is there a lady from Pennsylvania? And a good video about finishing a hexie quilt. Oh, good Lord. Lisa, I'm going to say one thing, darling. I swore I would never do a hexie quilt. I also swore I would never do applique and I would never do a sunbonnet Sue. I've never done it. I mean, I have done appliques, but I know one thing. I think I'm going to stay away from hexie quilts, so I'm not your lady, and I know one of these others can help you. So, what is this? What? Oh, I love it. Ooh. You know, Bonnie gives me permission to keep what I want and then send the rest to y'all. I think I might exercise that sometime. There was a real sweet like note card set, and how nice is she? She sends these wonderful big bags. Bonnie, you're the most generous thing in the whole world. Okay. Oh, look at this. But guess what? Nikki, are you still there, sweetheart? Does Nikki like this glitter ribbon? What do you think, Nikki? I could send that to you too. Oh my gosh, look at this red maple leaf ribbon. It is so pretty. Aha, and you know, we've got a Canadian woman in the group. She's the one up from Newfoundland. Isn't that pretty? So, Vicki Lemire is here. Hi, sweetie. So, Nikki, I think that we're going to be sending you this pink. Now, I've got to keep the pink flamingo ribbon. But I think Nikki needs the red sparkles. I love it. Oh, look at this pattern. I wish I had brought the other stuff from upstairs. Ooh, who likes doing English paper piecing? We have diamond paper piecing. Girls, this stuff is great. So let me know if you would like that. We've got Blooming Love. We've got a journal. I love this journal. Look at this. So we'll see what makes it. But upstairs, there, oh gosh, it was a thick pack full of good stuff. So don't worry. Miss Bonnie, we love you very much, sweetheart. This Blooming Love, it's a wool applique table runner. But you know, you can always do them with regular fabric. But oh, it's so sweet. And it's by Unique Creations. How cute is that? So thank you, Miss Bonnie, and these will make some great prizes coming up. So, and Nadine, I have a package coming to you, sweetie, so let's hope that Customs doesn't hold on to it too long and you get to enjoy it. So, oh, have a wonderful time, Miss Busy Pat. Have a great time with your family. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. Take care, Miss Busy Pat. Yes, Our Lady. Oh, and Our Lady from Quebec. She just was here last week. Oh, well, let's see. The first lady, the first viewer who comes in here from Canada, I will send them the most beautiful, beautiful red maple. And you know, it's hard for me to send this because it's so pretty. I mean, that is just gorgeous. So, first person from Canada, and don't tell me that you're from Canada if you're from Georgia. I'll know when I go to mail it. So, I hope you like them, Nadine. They came from Bonnie, and I said, Bonnie, as soon as I opened them and saw them, I said, the colors remind me of you. And we'll talk to you about ways you might want. Yeah, is it Linda? I think you might be right. No, wait a minute. She had a really pretty last name. Not Linda Martin. I think it was another Linda that had a Beaupré or something like that. So, y'all help me. When you see somebody come in you think's from Canada, let me know. So anyway, my Mark is from Canada. He's a naturalized citizen, but he never rescinded his Canadian citizenship. So, and I took this on my retreat. I think it did very well. And since its head and back is all full of walnut shells, it did really well. Then, the reason I'm reminding you of this, I'm not trying to show off that much, but I really love it. The original that I gave you the pattern for, yeah, Diane 57 is in Texas. So, anyway, I made a bigger one and we put them in a bag and we did a gift exchange. And this is the pincushion that I won because we exchanged the bags. And it's actually, look what it is. Look what it is. So is that a pentagon, I guess? Isn't that neat? And it was English paper piece. And so a woman named Becky made this. And I said, do you know that before I was a gardener, before I was a quilter, I was a master gardener. I was just as nuts about gardening as I am now about quilting. So I said, I'm going to treasure this little watering can. Isn't that cute? Oh, yeah, it's been warm down here. We went up to Maryland. We left Maryland this morning. It was like high 40s, low 50s, windy and rainy. I was like, I'm ready to go home. Give me North Carolina. And I got to brag a little bit about my adopted state. We got the best roads. Not only the best roads, because now we've traveled from Pennsylvania down to North Carolina. We have the prettiest planted roads. We have our highway department plants wildflowers, daylilies, trees and shrubs. They just do a beautiful job. And people don't throw trash much, and it's beautiful. So, the first frost. Yes, because you know what? Was it Vicki Lemire that told me? No, it was our Quebec lady said it was 4 degrees up there, I think, unless it was Vicki Lemire that told me it was 4 degrees the other night. Whew. Ooh. So, I thought I would start to show you again what things I got from the retreat, because the other night I was kind of rushing a little bit. And I wanted, the wisteria is wonderful. Yes, Quebec. And, but thank y'all for Wednesday night. It was so much fun. And my ladies there, they hadn't ever seen my channel before. They were watching in. Most of them couldn't chat. They didn't know what to do to chat. But because I was teasing them, I said, go on in, tell them what I'm really like. But anyway, it was a great retreat. Shout out to Joanne. My gosh, she did a great job planning that retreat. And it was so nice. I wasn't in charge. So I actually got a lot of sewing done. I'll show you that soon. So anyway, look at this book. I can't wait to show you some of the quilts in this book. So it is pretty cool. And I love it because it's art quilts. So, and I saw some amazing art quilts. Did you see the sign that I put on my table area at the retreat where I want help wanted? I realized I really, really, really am an art quilter. I get too bored now. I used to say I was a staunch traditional quilter. I get tired doing the same block 16 times. So I think for me, art quilting is the way to go. So in that book, great. Oh, Nadine, I'll have to share some of the quilts that are in there with you. Then one of the sweet ladies, Donna Birch. Oh, what a sweetie. She's my age and looks so young and pretty. Oh, my goodness. But when she found out it was my birthday, she brought this over to me. And she said, Deb, I want to give you this lipstick. I don't like the shade. I thought you might like it. And I'm thinking, would I really wear someone else's lipstick? And look what it is. It is so cute. It's a tiny little pin cushion and needles. Isn't that cute? So I got real tickled, and she gave it to me for my birthday. So thank you, Donna, if you watch. That is so sweet, and I will enjoy this. It's a very safe way to take pins around with you. Okay, so that was one of the things. Then, we had a yard sale table. And one of the late Joanne, who ran the retreat, had a lot of threads she wanted to sell. And this thread is Diana right here? This thread is, I can't read it good enough, but something text something, Excel thread. I don't know if y'all know anything about this thread. And she gave me one spool. She wanted me to buy them. She was selling them for $1 a piece. But I didn't know much about the thread. I didn't have time to look it up. So she said, I'm going to make you a deal. I'm not taking this thread home. So now there's 2 on the table. Now there's 3, 4. And there are 2 different shades of olive and 1 gray teal. So that's 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. These are huge, heavy cones. 11. And that's an even lighter. This is like a celery green. And DMC quilt thread. And then one more. She said, I'll make you a deal. I will give you the bag and all those threads for $5. Well, do I look stupid? I said, sure. So, and you know what I'm going to do? I want y'all to look at this tote. This is the tote, and I picked it out, and we sent it to the woman in the group who does our embroideries. It's a big tote. It's got a zippered top. See the zippered top? And it's one of the polyester unwoven fabrics. Got handles and a zipper. And look at this embroidery, ladies. Look at that. The Denton Divas 2019. And look at that, a featherweight and sunflowers. Is that cute? I'm going to make a deal with you. I'm going to put this with Miss Bonnie's Wonderful Things in the prize pile. And the next time we draw for prizes, one of you ladies is going to win this. And I know you'd love to win it. So, yeah, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool she did that? So, I tell you what, when a deal comes your way, honey, take it. So, anyway, hold on just a second. I got so much to show you, I don't want to lose it. Might have to give you some of these threads for a prize, too, because I wonder how many years it would take me to use up all of these olive greens. So, all right, get that out of the way. I want to show you what I was working on. I want to make sure I get the new block. Y'all remember I was working on this for, I took a class in January where this block was one of the classes I took. So what I did when I went to the retreat, I would have to do a whole lot of spread painting. But I went to took this class. When I went to the retreat, I finished all the components because it's a lot, this is one block, this is another block. These little parts are, a strip. And so it just had a lot of components. I got all the components done. Now I have 2 blocks. And it only needs 16. And if I have more fabric, I'm going to make more because I don't like square quilts. I want it to be uneven. So, anyway, I got that worked on. Let me show you this, too, because I showed you a little bit, but, I didn't have much time to really show y'all. Let me plug it in. Hold on a second, gals. Okay. Hold on. This is ridiculous. All right. Let me get this plugged in. All right. So this is the light table that one of the ladies was selling for $10. So it works. Oh gosh, you can't even see me now. So That works. And I like it because it's big, smooth. So I feel like I got some good deals. All right. And don't worry, I got more things for prizes. Look at this. This is more like a cross stitch, handmade, and it says pens and needles, needles and pens, needles and pens. That's all it says all the way around it. Okay, needles and pens. So I'm going to save that for y'all. And then these are cheater blocks that somebody had started hand quilting on. But if somebody has a country decor, they might want to win them. So now I will put Bonnie's stuff in here so I don't lose it. And Nikki's basket. Don't want to lose that. And then at the retreat, I love frugal ladies. A lady said, I'm done with all these bags. Does anyone want the Ziploc bags? Yeah. You know me. I'm cheap. I'll take them. Oh, you have a light table like that? Oh, that's good. You know, I love the new model. That's an LED, which is good. It means it should be cooler light. But they have some of these new really slim ones that lay on the table, but they're like $200. And you know me, that's too expensive. So, all right. I love showing you all my stuff. I showed you a little bit about this the other night. Carol, the lady who does the embroidery, embroidered this mesh material. And look at this little tag. It's a little tomato pen cushion with the little emery berry and pins and a thread, needle and thread. Isn't that sweet? And she brought the mesh and we sewed it together. And she brought the bias binding so we could bind the insides of the mesh. Then she brought all kinds of different fabrics that we could use to put on the top. And she even donated the zippers. I thought that I was doing good with this. This is amazing. I mean, I gave them free buttons, and scrapped batting. But look at this. Isn't that amazing? And I love it because, you know, I was talking to somebody the other night. I forget who said they go up. Oh, Patricia Fry says she has to go when she visits her son. There's 3 different levels. And I can put all my hand sewing stuff in here. And, there's something in it. A penny's in it. I'm lucky. So anyway, and I put the zipper in. And I have to say, I think I did pretty good. See it right there? I think I did halfway decent. So there it is. I like that. That's a great make and take. Thanks to Miss Carol. Then one of the ladies was selling these pillow forms for 50 cents each. Thank you, Miss Judy. Got 2 of those. Then she had one she was giving away. It had a couple stains on it. I threw it in the wash. Good to go. And I'm always making pillows and stuff for my kids. So, you know, and pillow forms can get expensive. Right? All that stuff adds up. So I told you before, somebody was giving away all this thread. And when you're a thread painter, that's your paint. So, of course, I took it. Because with thread painting, unless you're going for like a metallic or a real sheen, it doesn't matter as much. It's not holding it together. It's just giving it definition. It was Kathleen and Patty, whose brother they were worried about his cancer might have come back. Or either Kathleen's here. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, sweetie. So yeah, Kathleen, how is he? White count is coming up. Wonderful, sweetheart. Wonderful. I was worried about you at the retreat. So I think I told you another lady on the yard sale table was selling this. Now this This was a good deal. It wasn't as good a deal as some of the things I've gotten, but it was just so pretty. It goes from plum to light pink, all with a slight gray wash on it. I just love the colors. I mean, look at the graduations. And I'm assuming that they are fat quarters. Well, now since I own it, I can go ahead and check. Yep, looks like a fat quarter for me. Doesn't look like a fat eighth. Well, let me check. Hold on. Let me check for good. Let me really see. It is, now y'all tell me, help me remember what a fat quarter is. This is 12 and 9. Not 12 by 9.5, which would be what? 21.5 by 12 and 7. So 19 by 21. I think that's a fat quarter, isn't it? So I got these 8 fat quarters for $10. So that would be what? $1.50 each, $1.25 each? Probably $1.25. Yeah, $1.25. And so that's not bad. That's not bad. Okay, good. Thank you, sweetie. Gosh, Susan's so good. Look, Diane zooms right in there with it too. Then remember I bought this 2 yards of fabric for $1? And then I thought, they really do go together well, don't they? So I'm happy. Yeah, and the reason you sometimes pay more, she must have bought these somewhere. Like she works at a shop, so maybe they had like a sidewalk sale and something. But the reason sometimes you pay a premium for fat quarters is because you don't have to buy the whole yard of fabric, and somebody has to take the time to cut that into an unusual shape. But I think these have the makings of a very pretty quilt. I'll have to show you. I found one in a magazine when I was reading it. So, okay. Then I love Pam Bono. I don't know if y'all know much about Pam Bono's story. And I think her husband was it her or her husband? I think it was her husband that got like Alzheimer's or something similar, some kind of dementia. If I'm not, I wish I'd looked this up. But anyway, he shot himself and her. She's passed now. But she just had a look with her quilts. Just a sweet look. And so I only have like 2 of her books. So I was happy to pick this up from the prize table. And then, oh, girls, y'all going to have to help me with this one. Because Ricky Timms is so out of my league. And this is his kaleidoscope book. So it's going to be tricky to see. But what year? Let me see what year. This is by C&T Publishing. All right, let's see. This book was written in 2010. So maybe I can keep up with it. Oh, wait a minute. Does he have the patterns with it? I do to know. But no, I don't see any patterns. I think he tells you how to make your own. I don't think creating your own pattern. Don't do that to me, Ricky. Just give me the pattern, Ricky. But anyway, I'm going to look into it. Okay. Then Joanne had other threads. Now, some of these I'm going to have to do bobbin work with. Let me show you. But anyway, they're YLI threads, spools, and these are all the spun polyester, which is great. This will be thread painting. Some of them start to get a little thicker, but I got them for $1 a piece. And they when she bought them, they were at least $3. Oh, some of these she's had quite a while. And anyway, now, hold on. So, and this is my tote that I got for attending the show. But look at this. Isn't that cool? So that might be thick enough that I have to do bobbin work. But, and this one's a little thick. Maybe this will be for handwork even. But I looked for colors I don't have. And so thank you, Miss Joanne, for making that available to me, because you know what? That's the most expensive part about doing a lot of art quilts and thread painting. So thank you, thank you. And I have learned, try not to buy regular price thread for thread painting. It will be too expensive. So anytime there's an estate sale from a quilter or somebody that's cleaning out their stash, I jump on it. Speaking of sales, don't forget, Pineapple Fabric sale coming up in June. I'll remind you every few weeks just so you know. Because remember that even if you can't go, if you live too far away, they try to have a good deal for you online. And did you see some of the deals this past week? There were some $3 and some cents. But anyway, I know I already showed you, but I have never finished a block of the month so far ahead. And I think I almost beat Sonia. So I'm definitely going to win next time. Uh-oh. And what did I do with the blocks? I don't see them, but here's my scraps. I always keep scraps from any block of the month I'm doing. And let me tell you, that has come in handy so often, because when Michelle and I used to do blocks of the month together, our scraps sometimes saved us. I found them. Our scraps sometimes saved us because we'd make a mistake. So we each had a scrap bag, every scrap saved. And there were plenty of times we went back, used scraps for the mistake we made, and were able to still keep working with the quilt. So especially if you're doing like a $5 or $10 project, and you don't want to have to go and spend all that money at the shop to get more fabric. So I'm doing the teal version. So I had to do 6 of these. I paper pieced them. See the paper piecing? Boy, if you want sharp points, look at that. You can't beat paper piecing for sharp points. And the proof is in the pudding. There you go. Then I had to do 36 of, I just dropped them. They didn't go far, but enough to mess them up. They were pretty. Okay. I can't have anything nice. I drop it. So, okay. Mark and I put over 1,000 miles on the car this weekend, from Friday evening until today. So here we go. So here they are. 42 of those puppies. So now you see why I was putting out a wanted sign saying quilter who works for cheap to make repetitive, boring things. But I tell you what, if you want something easy, do paper piece. I mean, Sonia, wouldn't you say that this paper piece, I mean, this was so simple. And when I saw Jinny's, and of course she doesn't do machine work, and her seam went right down here, so it was a true Y seam, I thought, So I know it wasted twice the fabric. I'm going to say this, and don't let Jinny Beyer hear this. But that fabric, it's all right. But I don't care if I waste some of that. Now, if it were one of like these fabulous colors or something like that, I wouldn't want to waste that. But that, yeah, I can waste that. Don't tell her. It's a secret just between us. So, there we go. So anyway, month 1 and month 2, done. Sonia and I. In fact, who was the other person? You're hand piecing the Y seam. Akko, we bow before you, Akko. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, bless your heart, darling. Bless you. Oh, my gosh. You are my new, I'm a fan of yours now. You're the new star. Oh, because I looked at it and I thought, I know I said I was going to do it by hand, but I didn't know it was going to be paper piecing like that. All right. Now, coming to the things that were still a good deal, but not quite as good as some of the ladies' yard tables items. I think I told you this was Jam Fabrics, Judy Merrill. She's down here in North Carolina. We'll come to different kinds of shows and stuff. Nadine says we're all crazy. We are, aren't we? We are. Nadine, can you tell that Americans can sometimes be silly, a little bold, a little loud, and crazy? So, okay. Then I got two of these fat quarters. They were $1.50 each. They're kind of thick fabric, but guess what? That's going to be perfect for some more of these bowls and in Christmas fabrics. How cool. And then I bought a green, so I'll line it with the green, and I think that would make it, I could make some presents. All right. Then I think I showed you already. I got this stone. And I like it because usually when you get stone in fabric, it's a little big and little too big to make it look like a stone gravel driveway or stone on a house that's a little further away. So I really like getting these. Thank you, Judy. These were all $4.99 a yard because I'm cheap. And then I got this. Because you can never have too many marbles. And this is not a batik, but it's made to look like a batik. So I like it. I got the same thing, except in, okay, let me see if you can tell the difference. A nice mid to royal blue, teal, light and dark teal. Then I got some black of that. It'll be great for my outer space series. Mark got to see some quilts from at the show dedicated to the space program, and he's real excited to see. He loves the God's Eye Nebula that I showed y'all, and he wants to see what I come up with because he doesn't want like pictures of astronauts in the spaceships. He wants the space forms, you know, the nebulas, the Milky Way, the galaxies, the quasars, all that. So, and then I got some of that in yellow. Because, you know, remember I told you, I'm always short on yellow. That's good landscape, too. I mean, you know, you can picture rocks and crevices and shadows. And then I bought this panel. I wish she had 2 more of these, but I thought how fun for my daughter to be able to hang this up on the wall when somebody's having a birthday. It could be birthday, anniversary, whatever, and you put that out and the person feels special. So I'll make sure that I put this on a dowel rod with a string. So all she has to do is have a certain nail and hang it up, and I'll get that finished for her. Unless I wonder if Katie wants it. It's so hard knowing who to give it to. I think I need to find a couple more. So, and then, you know, just to tease my granddaughter, she's not here, is she? I got her this frozen fabric, which I think is going to make her batty. And look at the glitter on it. Isn't it cute? So, and then I also showed you this before. Zippers for 25 cents a piece. Most of them heavy-duty nylon. And I keep zippers around. Pouches, totes, whatever. And you never want to buy a zipper at full price. So it's great. This is one of the things. I keep a tote of them. I was given a bunch 20 years ago, but they're getting kind of sparse now. I've used them enough over the years. So, okay, what have we got? The Northern North Carolina on 77. Yes, what that is, Patricia Fry. Patricia, what that is it's called Fancy Gap Pottery and Fabric Shop. It's at Fancy Gap. You're right. It's right at 77 across the line. And I love going into the craft part of it. I love walking through the pottery, seeing the decor. They used to have really cheap pottery. I'm not sure if it's as cheap anymore. They've got a lot of decor, like country decor, which some of it's really neat stuff. I have bought some crocks before, pickle crocks. I love going into craft part and stocking up for grandkids. I mean, it's the best place to get beads and wood crafts and you name it. And they have zippers. You're right. They have zippers. They have braided tape for like handles of totes and things. It's great. Oh, gosh, yes. In fact, when I used to be a substitute teacher for the elementary school, first graders, I would tell them that if they weren't quiet, I would sing the Barney song. Or if they didn't clean up the room fast enough, I'm going to start singing the Barney song. And they hated it. And I'd say, I love you. You love me. And they were like, ah. So, yeah, my granddaughter has a real sharp wit. And so we have a good time. Lisa, good, Lisa. It is Fancy Gap Pottery. And with the pottery, like you have the pottery here right across, in the same parking lot, they have a craft, like secondhand, things that looks like they have somebody who goes to Ben Franklin's at Clothes and all that kind of stuff and buy the stock at really good prices. And then it has inexpensive fabric too. But I like it because they have the braided tapes and strapping and zippers and snaps and things that are hard to find, things that you used to be able to find like at a Ben Franklin. So yeah, didn't like Barney. So I loved Mr. Rogers. So Nikki told me to stop because she does not like Barney. Are you sure, Nikki? I'll sing it again. That is cute. So, no, Nikki, you're so cute. That's cute. Okay, so anyway, that takes care of, and I wanted to show you, I am I told you I'm frugal, right? The lady who gave me the lady who gave me this pincushion, watering can pincushion, wrapped it in a bunch of sheets of yellow tissue paper. And you know me, I sat right there after I was given the gift, and I opened up the tissue and I ironed it flat, and I'm going to put it in my save it drawer. That's good tissue paper. So, oh God, A Small World. Oh my gosh, I remember going to Disney World. And it's a small world after, oh my gosh, please, somebody shoot me. So anyway, so that's that. But we looked around. I made an entire video of the Jinny Beyer step 2 process. And then I have to finish editing that. Then I made a video of the trip Mark and I took this weekend. And oh my gosh, I got to tell you ladies, the road condition and some of the things that were going on, the way the drivers were driving, I have to edit it because there was this woman in the car with us who kept letting little curse words fly. And I'm going to have to edit that out. I can't put that on YouTube. Every once in a while, I find myself say a word and go, oh no, I'm taping. So, or Mark and I would be telling a joke, And oh my gosh, we had a good time. It was nice. I said, I know it's a lot of driving, and he hates driving that far. To him, this was just horrible. But when will I have another quilt in a show? I doubt it. This was on my bucket list. I can cross it off my bucket list. So I said, let's just have fun. We boarded the dogs. It's just you and I. And the trip can be as fun as we make it. And we did. We made it very good. So, yes, I was. So, anyway. But, it was cool. Oh, I got to tell you. Okay. So, I was nervous, wondering, is my quilt going to look hokey, And I saw one woman come up to it and smile and was looking at it. And then she went and got her friend and brought her friend back to look at it. I was hoping that meant she liked it. Maybe not. But I came up and said, I hope you like it. I made it. How corny is that? Deb, what were you thinking? But it's like having one of your children there getting an award and you want to say, that's mine. I did that, or my child did that, or whatever. And it was so funny. I mean, Mark was like shaking his head laughing. He thought it was so cute. But ready for this? He said, well, hon, because I was just going to take pictures like I did with all the quilts. He said, hon, I'll tell you another secret. Don't tell anybody. It was on the end of a prominent rack. It was at a crossroads where you could really see it. Maybe that just happened by accident, but even though I didn't win anything, I kind of think they thought it was unique and maybe people would enjoy it. So it was on the end, and you couldn't miss it. I mean, it was like right there. As you come in, you go past the big winners, you start to take a left, and bam, it was there. So I was excited. So Mark said, don't just walk by and take a picture of it. He said, come in, and I said, well, here, do you want the camera? And so he went and he stood back. He walked in and then panned to it. I thought that was so sweet. So anyway. Oh, blue suede shoes. That's cute. That is so cute. So we just saw the most gorgeous, gorgeous quilts. And I mean, they were wonderful. They were really wonderful quilts. And I've got them all on video for you. Mark said sometime he saw me kind of holding the camera would get a little heavy, and he saw me holding it back. So hopefully I don't just have the top little piece of it. But yeah, he's a sweetie. He did really good. So that, it was nice. And it truly is. I mean, it would always be exciting if you won something, but just to be there really did it for me. It really did. So I was quite proud. And I got to tell you this is so funny. It felt terrible walking away and leaving it there. I felt like I was leaving my child there. I thought, I need to take it with me. It was okay on me to mail it off, but walking away and leaving it there, about killed me. So anyway, I loved Fraggle Rock, and what was that? It was like a commercial that, they talked about government and the bills, and I forget that. That was all hip. There were some good children's shows back in the day. So, and I loved Sesame Street. I wasn't one to sit and watch it with my kids, but Mr. Rogers was my favorite. The Muppet Show, I love the Muppet Show. So, yeah, just having a quilt there, that was good enough. That's all I needed, That was all I needed. So, yeah, Mark's been saying, drink water, Deb, drink water, because he's worried I'm going to get dehydrated. Yes, that's it, Susan. What was that one? Electric something? No. That, I loved it. I loved it. Schoolhouse Rock, I think. Good job. Bonnie, y'all are good. Y'all are good. I used to love the old man in the balcony at the Muppet Show who groused about every Schoolhouse Rock. That was it. I love that. So anyway, but so we got in, we pulled up. I hadn't even once gotten out of the car because the T-shirt and stuff I slept in, yeah, the old geezers, the T-shirt I slept in, and then I just put another shirt over that. So I didn't even brush my hair or anything. I brushed my teeth, washed my face, got in the car and got out of the car, helped him unpack. Not all of it. He did most of it. I have to be honest. Came in, ran upstairs, took a shower, tried to curl my hair, which ended up getting so sweaty it didn't stay. And then came down here. You should have seen this place. It was a mess. Oh, Nadine. Did you hear that I took your quilt to the retreat? And when I did my Wednesday live stream, your quilt was front and center. When our group did a show and tell, I used your quilt for my show and tell and told them all about you and the group, and it was wonderful. So thank you. So now, this is the quilt that I can talk to you about today. I had to grab one really quickly, and let me bring it up. It was funny because I haven't unpacked from the retreat yet because I got home Thursday at 7 and had to be ready at Friday at 5. But this came from a magazine, and it just happened to be a magazine, and that I saw the quilt and I got colors very similar, and I love it. In fact, if you give me a second, I'll hold it up for y'all, okay? Because it makes a pattern. So hold on just a second and I will show you. All right. All right. Hopefully you can kind of see the diagonal pattern it makes. And I like it. I really need to quilt it because I really do like it. So hopefully you like that. And it was hard for me to do because I was camping when I made it. And I didn't have a big space to lay it out to know what was I putting where. So, but I love the colors. I wish I could remember what the fabric was, but it's really beautiful. It's taupe and brown and grayed blues. It's like as if you took these colors and dipped them in a gray wash. And it was one particular fabric line, and I'm so glad I made this because I don't see colors like this often now. Kiwi took care of herself. What I do, because I have Kiwi and I have Finny. Finny's a cockatiel, and he's an old man and just kind of like doesn't want to come down and play. And so what I do is I put couple water containers besides their regular one, and like I have for the cockatiel, I have the kind that's like gravity fed, and so it stays nice and clean because he doopies in his water bowl every night. And then I put a couple plastic containers with their food in it, and then we leave the back part towards the window covered, but the front part towards the room we have open, and then we leave them. And I've got it worked out so well that we can leave them a week and a half, and they do beautifully. So that Kiwi took care of herself. When Kiwi and Finny is the cockatiel, when they heard us coming in, they got so excited, and they just started just talking and squawking and talking and squawking. And so when I took my shower, I took Kiwi in the shower with me. I have a suction cup perch that I stick to the wall of the shower, and she sits on that while I take my shower. And so she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if you'll get me wet." And but when I get up there, I'm gonna take her back out. But I was just so excited to see her. So, and you ready for this? Are you ready for this? You know how hard I worked on my grandson's quilt? I walked off and left it here. I had it. It had been bound. It had been washed and dried, smelling sweet, looking good, folded up, and I totally, in the rush, I forgot it. So I'm going to go mail it out. I've still got a little something for Bonnie I've got to mail back to her, and Diane 57. So I'm going to mail all 3 of those at once. But I was like, I can't believe this. Part of the joy of giving a quilt is being there and handing it to them and seeing their reaction. And now the postman will see that. I couldn't believe it. So now I got to pay money. But anyway, okay, so then we walked around, we filmed, we had not eaten all day. By the time we left the quilt show, it was between 4:30 and 5. I'm real proud. Mark was proud of me for all the walking and filming I did. He was like, that's a job. And I said, it is, but you know what? I don't think of it that way because I feel like I'm taking you with me. And I love that part. So, and I'm so happy that, let me see. Yes, Patricia, come see me. Oh my God. Oh, that would be so much fun. I'll have the house clean and we can play around on the frame. And oh God, wouldn't it be fun if we could see Melissa's new frame too when she hasn't been here a while. She's a busy girl working on that frame. She's got a new toy, so I'm not going to blame her. In fact, I took a test drive of an Innova. I fell in love with it, but we're talking $11,000. And I went, no, that's okay. No, but I loved it. But anyway, yeah, Patricia. And you know what we'll do? We'll film us being together if you want, and we can or we'll have a live stream together. Oh my God. Let's do that. Let's do a live stream together. That would be so much fun. And if you want to come and stay overnight, that would be so much fun. So I love it. But, oh God, that would just be too much fun. We would have a grand time. That'll be great. Yay, that'll be fun. So you're welcome at any point in time, darling. So email me and remind me of this. And, that's so exciting. So anyway, but I love filming it because I feel like I'm taking you with me. So it's a lot of fun to me. It's a lot of fun. And so then we got in the car and it was in Lancaster. Oh my gosh, it was so crowded. The traffic was backed up. I said, Mark, we haven't had anything to eat all day. Let's stop at a nice place. Let's stop at Texas Roadhouse. I feel like I could use a steak. And with this, we got to celebrate. My quilt got in that show. So I typed in and that Texas Roadhouse came up. So I thought, oh, that does sound good. We drove down to the Texas Roadhouse. There was a line going down the front and around the side of the building. Said, nope, sorry. So then we drove to York, Pennsylvania. So we drove a half an hour. This time it's almost, 5:30. We still haven't eaten. We get to the Texas Roadhouse in York. Guess what? The line was down the front. Yes, won't it be fun live with Deb and Pat? Oh, God, we'll crack y'all up. And I'll take you to my favorite places, and we'll have such fun. So Lisa, you don't live that far away either, sweetheart. And so Mark said, I can't wait I can't hold off eating long enough to find another town. And, where will the next one be? So we went to Red Robin. We'd never been to Red Robin, yum. We'd never been to that place. Bye, sweetie. Have fun in the mountains, Lisa. Good for you. And so we went to Red Robin and we got something to eat. It was good food. I was surprised. We'd never been there before. And so then by the time we get on the road to go back to my son's, we're in York, Pennsylvania. We didn't get to his house until 7:30 last night. And I had hoped to get there, before 5. But I zoned in on that little boy and I held him for hours. And her mother was so sweet. She's like, you feed him, you feed him. She wanted me to have as much time with him as possible. I think they could tell I was just, I just wanted to hold that little boy and just breathe him in. And I kept telling him how much I loved him and that I was Nana and don't forget me because it might be a couple months before I see him again. And that's going to be hard. But he had been passed around a lot because they had a big party yesterday at the other grandmother's house. So he was kind of tired of being held and stuff. He had a little bit of a tummy ache. And so I ended up, finally, we got back to their house. I held him at the mother's house for a good hour. We got back to their house, and I would just get him asleep, and he would jump like his tummy hurt. You remember that kind of stuff. So I put him on his tummy on a pillow and just kind of gently bounced my knee up and down. Got him to sleep. So that was really nice. So I had a couple good. And don't get out of the car if you see a bear. I saw the stupidest woman on the Blue Ridge Parkway get out of her car to walk over to take a picture of a mama bear and her cub. I thought, you're going to endanger the mama, endanger the baby. If that bear attacks that woman, they might decide they have to put down the bear. I mean, use your brain, woman. So if I'd been closer, I'd have yelled at her. So if you see a bear, take a picture through the window. Leave it be. So they just don't realize you cause a bear to be shot. That's a crime. That's a crime. So, yeah, exactly. And you know what? You can't blame the mama for protecting her baby. It's not her fault, but she'd have to pay the price. That's the problem. So anyway, nope, not a single brain. So somebody must have finally, she was a couple cars up. Somebody must have finally yelled at her because she went back and got in her car. But it's like, oh. So anyway, but I think I was hoping I'd have a new project to talk to you about. Let me see. These are the directions to Lancaster. And on the back of them, I wrote a list. Mark was in getting a cup of coffee and gas. So I wrote a list. Talk about Lancaster, how I forgot the baby quilt, showed Jinny Beyer, month 2 triangles, held the baby. Oh, I'll tell you a little bit more about him. I would put on here, I was hopeful to have an activity, and then show you what I bought at the retreat. That baby is strong. My son loves playing with him and kind of doing cute little exercises and stuff. And that baby, he can lift his whole head up, look around. He's 7 weeks. And he's a very capable little boy, very attentive. Hi, Laura. Let me see. Laura Schmidt. Hi, sweetie. And happy Mother's Day to everyone. Oh, honey, let me tell you, I always tell people I called myself a mother bear. Heaven help anybody that would hurt my child. I would be on them, all over them. But Laura, it's so good to see you here. That's fantastic. In fact, I realized I probably shouldn't have done it on Mother's Day. I'm sorry. So anybody who has to go and do something, please do. Um, but what was I getting ready to say? I forgot now. But that baby is very strong. And my son, boy, I think he was showing off. He was changing that diaper and he was swish swashing, cleaning this, popped the new one on and gone. It was so cute. And he changes a diaper so well and so fast, the baby couldn't even cry before it's all done. He gets ready. He tells him, it's going to be a little cold. Done. It was cute. You are a lot alike, Nick. That photograph, you were definitely so much alike. I loved it. It was like, Susan and Nikki, the mother-daughter twins. What tree was an activity? Oh, let me see. So, gosh, it is so. She's your mini me. That's perfect. That's exactly it. That is so sweet. That is so sweet. I love that. So, I'm just so excited to get my dogs back. Let me tell you, I took them to drop them off about 4 p.m. on Friday. I ended up waiting as long as I could. And I lost my Mia in February, and it was really hard leaving the other two because they looked a little lost. Mia was their rock. They felt safe. She always kind of led the way with how you should act. And Grammy, he was like, oh, good. Do I get to see other dogs? He was happy, but Blossom was like, Mama, no, don't leave me. Mama, no. And that was hard. I had to try to hide so that she could pull her away from me. That was really hard. And Susan, he's amazing. I mean, he adores that little boy. And he calls him little man. He's like, what's going on, little man? And the baby just looks at him. So I warned my daughter-in-law. I said, he's going to say dada first. It's just easier to say dada than mama. And I said, so get ready for that. And she said that she was going to sneak and try to teach him, keep teaching him, mama, mama. And he said, no, I've already been teaching him dada. But it's just, they adore him. So it was really good. It was really good seeing that. And I'm so proud of him. It was important to me to raise a good son. And raise the kind of son that I would want my daughter to marry. And he's amazing. He's such a dear. He's such a dear. So, they've been performers, but they're now talking about what are they going to do when the children get to school? They work evenings and that wouldn't work. So they're talking about, career changes and what they can do. So I will be showing you the video. Oh, honey, I worked hard. I'll go ahead and tell y'all. I don't know if I should tell you this on Mother's Day, but my mother and I did not get along. And my mother had a lot of problems. Her mother was mentally ill. And back in the days when they did electroshock therapy, and it kind of made her catatonic. And so my mother had a rough time. But unfortunately, she really shouldn't have been a mom. And so I was terrified to have children because I was afraid that, I heard if you were abused, you'll be abused. You'll be an abuser. I mean, if you were abused, you'll turn into an abuser. And I was scared. So all during high school, I would save newspaper clippings of people who decided not to have children. And because I figured that's the only way that I could break the cycle. And I moved out on my own when I was 18. And so that's where, I don't know if Diana writes here, but she and I have had little conversations, and we were both very independent, going to take care of ourselves. And so I met a neighbor, first little house. Remember, I think I told you all one time I bought my first house at age 20. My husband and I did just 3 months after we got married. And the woman across the street was the most dear woman, Mrs. Brown. In fact, I'll dedicate this show. She wasn't my mama, but I wish she had been. She did more to teach me how to raise children than anybody in my entire life. She was a first grade teacher for years. She was retired. She turned me on to the amazing man named Haim Ginott, Ginot. And I don't know if it was Ginot or Ginott, who was back in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, was an amazing psychologist who helped parents and children reach their best relationship. And oh my gosh, I read that book every week, then every 2 weeks, then every 3 weeks. Your grandmother's name was Brown. Her name was Gladys Brown, and she was a dear woman from Portsmouth, Virginia. Well, that's where I met her, in Portsmouth, Virginia. But I'll dedicate this to her because she is the one that gave me the bearings, the compass that I needed to do. She gave me the book that taught me how to parent in a respectful, loving way. And let me tell you, boy, I was scared to death to be a mama. And every night I would think, how did I do? What did I do? Did I do good enough? And I had a rule, no spanking, because I saw the damage, the beatings. I got beatings, not spankings, and the damage that they could do. And so I had to learn a better way. And I used to tell them, I would send them out. I was going to send them out and make them dig holes. If they sassed me, they were going to dig a hole. So, but I tell you what, very fortunate woman. And I feel like that raising my 3 children is my special miracle. We all have our little miracles, and that's mine. So thank you. I didn't mean to get into all of this, but now you know a little bit about why you all mean something to me. You mean so much to me. That why I love this sense of community and family that we have. Because family can be the one you make for yourself. So it's nice. Well, actually, did you ever hear about the horse whisperer? And I'm trying to think of his name. I don't remember it right now. He was raised by an extremely abusive father who beat him almost to death one time with a chain because he questioned his father's beating a horse. His father was a horse trainer, the old-fashioned kind where they just broke the horse's spirit. And he questioned his father, and his father beat him with the chain and put him in the hospital. And so he said to himself, there's got to be a better way to do horses, everything. And then he became a foster father for like 50 kids. It was amazing. I forget his name now, and I don't know if he's still with us. He would be probably 80 years old or in his 80s. And he was the one that when he had a difficult foster child, he'd say, go out and dig a hole. And if they sassed him, if they got angry and sassed him back, he'd say, fill it back in, dig it again. And I thought that was brilliant because it's like, this is against the rules. And if you break the rules, that's what you do. That's how you pay for it. And I thought, Monty Roberts. That's exactly who it is. I just got chills. Susan, I just got chills at that. You should read, if any of you want to read about an amazing man, this is him. I mean, he totally changed who he was and was an amazing foster father. And, so lucky. That's wonderful. But, sometimes it's just, instead of getting mad and screaming at them or hitting them or putting them down, it's like, go dig a hole. And so all I had to say to my kids was, do you want to dig a hole? And they knew, don't push mama. Go think about it. Come back and we'll talk. Oh, I'm so tickled. Nikki, you're so lucky to have met Monty Roberts. What a beautiful man. I mean, what a story. He had a huge impact on me as a parent. and the way he does horses, and it's earning their trust and respect. You can't demand respect of anyone. You can't. In fact, if you try to, you won't get it. You have to earn that. And my counselor taught me that. It's like we can't demand it from our kids. We can earn it though. And if you earn it, it lasts your whole life. So I love it. Love it. So if that's your inspiring Mother's Day story, just know you can do better. I had to work hard though. Oh my God, I was so scared. So scared. Oh my God, isn't that cute? I wonder if that's where Monty Roberts got that. So that's wonderful. Oh, so then Kathleen, you understand. You understand. Both of my fathers were alcoholics, and there is a lot that goes with that. You do understand. Bless your soul. You are a kindred spirit, my Kathleen. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Monty's 83 and still alive. Bless his soul. What a good man. What a good man. If you were to watch him with a horse and how little time it takes for the horse to trust him, it's beautiful. And to think that his dad used to beat the horses and he said there's got to be a better way. So bless him. Bless him. So now maybe you understand why my kids and I were real close. And whew, I tell you, I remember I used to tease my oldest daughter and say, look, I'll pay for you're my guinea pig. I'll pay for your counseling. Because I was like, oh, please let me do it right. Please let me do it right. No. In fact, Becky had colic at 4 months of age. And my husband was at the time was working 90 hours a week. And so I was alone with a colicky baby. So when she was about 4 months of age and she had been crying all day, I called a crisis center. And they said, what is your crisis? And I said, my baby is just crying and I'm so exhausted. And I started crying. And they said, have you hurt the baby? I went, no. I said, I wanted to know that I could call y'all and just ask for help or talk so that I didn't get myself in a bad situation. And so we just talked and he said, you feel better? I said, I feel better. Thank you. But for me, it was just important to know that I could do that. I wouldn't be too proud to ask for help because that's important. Oh, that's wonderful, Kathleen. That is wonderful. I love that. I love that. Now, I tell you, it can be tough. It can be tough. But, let's talk about women. Let's talk about women. Aren't we amazing? Look at some of the stuff we have to go through, some of the crises. We hold it all together. All of you, whether you've had children or been married, you are an amazing woman. You have made it through how much? I mean, somehow when we're young, we think life is just going to be a bowl of cherries. And then we find sometimes those cherries get dumped on top of our head. Or worse. I mean, we have rough times. But y'all teach me. Some of y'all have been through things that I can only imagine. Only imagine. And yet you're loving, supportive, creative, nurturing. Amazing. You're all amazing women. So celebrate yourself today because you deserve it. Bonnie, look how many of those college students do you help parent? I mean, honest to goodness, we're something else. So I'm a huge, huge bowl of cherries and they have pits. I'm a huge supporter of women because women are awesome. Exactly. We don't want any cracked teeth there. We don't want any cracked teeth. So, but now what are you working on? What kind of project, or have you seen a pattern that's really got you excited? Honey, Kathleen, your mother was right. Your mother was right. She paid a big price and finally got to relax. So, They always say that when you're raised in an alcoholic family or the next generation after, it can be constant fear of that shoe to drop. People know what that means when they've lived that way. But what are y'all working on? Oh my gosh, I have so many things that I want to do. Good job, Kathleen. When you get yours organized, come help me. This place is a mess. Oh my gosh, my wagon and my sewing machine case and everything is still here. Sonia, it has been lovely. And don't worry, you're not going to miss anything because I've got to get ready and go too. We are very tired. And I don't think I want a home-cooked meal tonight. So I got to go figure what I've got easy to make. I know I have some frozen spaghetti sauce I made. Big pot of spaghetti sounds good to me. And some garlic bread. But Sonia, take good care of yourself. Sonia, we love you very much, honey, and we're so proud of you. And I wish we could all give you a very gentle hug. And we'll be thinking of you today. You're very special, sweetheart. What is Susan Smith? Inktense pencils. Oh, Susan. Now, did you get any liquid medium or gel medium with them? Did you get it? What are you going to use them with? Oh, Bonnie, doing cross stitch. I can just picture you doing that. Because what I was going to tell you, if any of you do Inktense, try not to use water. I used water first and it washed it out and it ran. So let me give you some hints. Get aloe gel. Oh, you're too smart. Susan, why am I thinking I can tell you anything? You're so smart, girl. But yes, aloe gel, Liquitex gel medium, anything like that works better than water with Inktense because it will help to keep the color vibrant and in the place that you put it. And water, unfortunately, just wicks into all the fabric, so your edges don't get crisp and smooth. Also, what you can do is take and sew. Like a lot of people, they take their fabric that they're going to paint on and they get the batting and they get the backing. And then they sew, they draw on, like if it's a bunch of flowers in a basket, apples sitting there, whatever it is, they take and sew the outline. That's important. The outline helps keep it from running, keeping the gel even from running. So a lot of people like to take black thread and do the outline, and it gives it definition. You can use it color definition, like colored thread. If it's a red apple, you could use red or a light yellow or whatever. So, yeah, that's exactly. Do the outline. It keeps it in place. Use the gel. Rinse your brush. Have as many cups of water as you need to keep your brush rinsed between colors so it doesn't get muddy. Oh, honey, I can't wait to see what you do. A lot of people buy coloring books with pictures they love and then trace them using a light box or a window, trace them on the fabric they're going to use. So that's exciting. And then you know to heat set it. And when it's all dry, heat set it and it'll be permanent. So I'm so happy for you. What a great Mother's Day gift. Yay! Yeah, in fact, we need to do that. Susan, if you do any Inktense, if you want to take any snapshots, and then I'll put it on next week to show you stuff. Maybe we can next week, a fairy coloring book. Oh my gosh, that'd be beautiful. That is beautiful. And next week, maybe I'll do a little how-to if you want for you guys. And then we'll put Susan's photos up too. That'll be fun. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love Inktense. When you watch that color bloom, when you put the gel medium to it, oh my God, it's so exciting. Oh, it's really neat. And it's Inktense and it's the kind for fabric. Make sure it used to be a peacock on the tin box. Now I think it's a whale. So, oh, that'll be fun. That will be fun. How fun. And then people don't realize you can make your own pattern and then put sashing around it and put it in a quilt. So how cool is that? Oh, who's having ice cream? I want ice cream. I got to be honest. I've got to be good. Last night, Mark said, what do you want for dinner? I knew where a Dairy Queen was up in Maryland. I said, I want a strawberry milkshake. I had one, a large one. It was so good. Whale and peacock, yes. Oh, y'all are great. Well, guys, I hope you won't mind if I kind of get going. I'm exhausted. It has been something else. And thank you for not minding. I kept you waiting a couple minutes, and I look a little worse for wear. But continue your fun day. And, ooh, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Ooh, you know what I do? I make my meatloaf in a heart shape. And that way, when you put the ketchup on top, to cook, it looks like a red heart. Isn't that sweet? And if Mark doesn't notice, I put a couple drops of red food coloring in the mashed potatoes, and it makes them pink. I think that's sweet. I do this stuff, honest to gosh. What can I say? I do this kind of stuff. Thank you, everyone. You are the best. Have a good rest of your day. Do something really special for yourself. Oh, Nikki, you are so sweet. Thank you, Miss Nikki. And thank you, Nikki, for joining us. That was a lot of fun. Well, thank you. Have a good week. Oh, got pasties in the oven. Yum, yum. And do something for yourself. You can't take care of anybody else unless you've taken care of yourself first. So take good care of yourself. You are all amazing, and I learn from you every week. So look for the videos this week. I should have 2 up for you. 2. And next week we'll meet, and I'll tell you a lot about ink tints. Okay? Y'all take care. Have fun, Miss Susan. Oh, I love her being here. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Take good care, guys. Have a great week. Take good care of yourselves. Diane, 57, thank you so much. Thank you for being here and looking out for us. Bye-bye, guys. Y'all are the best. That was very sweet, Diane, 57. My Texas gal. Have a good rest of your week. Or good beginning of the week. Oh, my gosh. I might have jury duty Wednesday. Think about me. Take care, guys. Oh, okay. You can watch it back. How wonderful hearing from your grandson. That's worth the interruption. So watch it back. Y'all take care. Y'all are the best. Bonnie, thank you, sweetie. You always think of us. You're the best. Oh, I always think of you too. Bye-bye, guys.